Hi everybody, it's Bubbly4041 and I'm back with another video. In this video I'm going to do my annual collection tour video. I know it's a little late, but I usually do post these in January or February of the year. I did not get really a lot of new models last year, so it's going to be pretty similar to last year, but I thought I would still post one anyway. I'll go through and explain who the models are if I happen to remember. I haven't been as in the hobby recently as previous, so some of the models I might not remember exactly what year they were from or what their original names were, but I'll just go through, show you who I have, and we'll go from there. So I usually start and go from left to right, so we'll start up here. I do tend to have my shelves separated by breed type, more or less. So this first shelf here I have starting out with some of my light breeds, and then we go into sport breeds, gated Spanish stock, etc. So starting out here, my collection is mostly Peter Stone. Compared to Breyer, I do have more Breyer stablemates than I have Peter Stone chips, but we'll start with the big guys and just go on through. So starting on the very far left here is a designer horse, Peter Stone Arabian. Has a straightened head and he's in a flea-bitten gray color. I believe he was from 2016 and I call him Breccia is his show name. And he's very handsome. Let's see if I can get close-ups on some of them. The other Peter Stone Arabian I have next to him is also a designer horse, I believe from 2014. He's in the Blue Angel body customization. He's a strawberry roan, and I think he only has just the star for a marking. And I call him Riding Solo. And then next to him I have my two Peter Stone Morgans. The one on the left is Spring Awakening. He is also a designer horse, I want to say from 2013, and he was the Haymarket Riot customization or something along those lines. He was a limited run customization, I believe, with the turned head. But he's just flaxen chestnut with some dapples, and he's very handsome. I call him Spring Awakening as his name. And then next to him is a 2014 one-of-a-kind Peter Stone. His original name, I believe, was Caliver, and I call him Prince of Thieves. He's a really pretty silver bay. Very handsome. He does have a little bit of customization with his mane, and his tail also is a little bit different from just the straight tail that most of them have. And he has some dapples too. He's very pretty. And then moving on, I have my two kind of light breed foals here. The first is Flavia. She's a one-of-a-kind Peter Stone Arabian yearling. I believe she's from 2018 or something around that time. She just has the fading blaze there and the 4 socks. She's in a buckskin color, so she's quite pretty. And then next to her is, I believe, a 2018 designer horse Peter Stone foal. She's just in a nice solid bay color, and I call her Breath of Heaven. She's really cute. And then we have a couple Breyers here. I do have a couple mini Winnies in my collection here and there, so this is just one that I have that I stuck with the sport horses. So this is, we first have my original finish Totalis, however you say his name. He is one of the longer standing models in my collection. I've had him since 2013, and I cycle through my models pretty fast if they don't show well for me. And he's had a pretty lengthy show career, but in the beginning he did really well. Now it's kind of so-so, but that's all right. He's hung around, so that is him, and I call him the Dark Knight as his show name. And then next to him, we have my glossy Verdades, however you say his name. He was one of the Breyer end of the year glossy appreciation models that they send out when you buy $125 worth of product. You get one of these models randomly shipped. I missed out that year, so I actually bought this guy secondhand, I believe. And I just had a good breed assignment for him, so that's part of why I really wanted him. And he's very handsome. I call him Take a Chance. And then next to him is probably, again, one of the longest standing models in my collection. This is my glossy Gigi Valentine. I got her in, I think, the spring of 2012. I brought her to the Briarfest 2012 youth show, and she won the entire, she got the overall breed champion, and I won a glossy Padre with her. That was the first ever show that I did that got me hooked. So she's very special in my collection. I do still bring her to shows, and she has placed, even recently, maybe in the last year or two, she has placed. So she still does show, and I call her Lady Bay. I don't have her foal. I used to have the glossy foal that came with her, but he fell and got some scrapes and stuff, and I just haven't gotten another one, so all I have is just her. And then also sitting on here, I have a little medallion that was painted by a model horse friend of mine. Very nice. And then moving on here, we have a little bit of continuation of sport breeds into my gaited and Spanish type horses. So on the left here, more Peter Stones. This is I call her Broadway Baby, but I think her original Finnish name was something like Laurel, or started with an L anyway, something along those lines. And I believe she's from 2018. She was a Cheryl Leisure Best Offer Stone Palouse. She has a little bit of a turned head, I believe. And I don't know if her mane and tail are customized or not, I can't remember. But she's, again, the flaxen chestnut kind of color. Really nice deep color to her. She has etched markings on her forehead there, and she does have some really nice dapples along her body as well. So she has shown fairly well for me. She's my first and only Stone Palouse, but I really enjoy her. Even her hooves kind of have the nice hoof striping and stuff. She's very lovely. And then next to her, this guy's an older model as well. I think I got him in maybe 2014 or 2015. He is a Peter Stone Signature Series model from, I think, 2008. I think it's 2008. There was 100 of him made. He's on the Stone Thoroughbred model, the mold. Really nice dapple gray. And there was 100 made of him. His original Finnish name was Yes I Can, but I call him Frosted. And he's quite lovely. Some nice facial expression to him. And then next to him, we have my one-of-a-kind Peter Stone Tennessee walking horse. This is Malcolm. He's, I believe, a 2018, again, a best offer model. And I can't remember, I think he's by Cheryl Leisure, but don't quote me on that. He's a dappled glossy black. You can't tell his dapples too much from here. He does have a customized mane, and his tail is customized as well. It has some of the wispies on the end there that you can see. Again, he has a nice blaze and socks, and he has etched markings as well and detailed eyes. He's very handsome. And I call him Getaway Car from the Taylor Swift song. And he's shown very well for me. He's a handsome guy. And then next to him, more Peter Stones to come. We have my two Peter Stone American Saddlebreds. The one on the left here, the bright chestnut, he was, I believe, a 2017 Judges model from one of the Peter Stone shows. There is supposedly about 7 of him made, but don't quote me on that. Just a nice, simple dapple chestnut, no customizations to the mold. Just a nice, simple, glossy saddlebred. In front of him, I do have a couple mini winnies here. We have 2 of the mini winnie on the saddlebred mold, and then 1 on the Tennessee walking horse mold. And I did give these guys names. His name is Footloose. I don't believe I've named the chestnut one yet, but the bay one I call Jitterbug, so they're pretty cute. And then we have my Peter Stone 2013 model. His name is Christmas Waltz, the original Finnish name. I don't know how many were made. I don't believe it listed it on Stone Horse Ref, so, and his forelock goes a different direction than some of the others. It definitely, the markings match and stuff, so it definitely is a Christmas Waltz model, but I don't know if they did different, forelocks and some of them are not. But he's really handsome, just nice glossy bay. And his name for me is Night Fever. And then next to him, we have one of my other, I only have a couple Pebbles in my collection for Stone. This is a customized Stone Pebbles saddlebred. Her name was Jane Austen. I believe she's a 2018 run of 5 models. She kind of has this purplish glow to her, which really is coming out quite nicely here in this lighting. But otherwise, in other lighting, she is just a nice bay model. She does have the shortened tail customization, nice striped hooves, and her head is turned as well with some etched markings. She's very cute. and I call her a class act is her name for me. So that is her. Moving on, we have this guy. This is my one and only stone Arabian that I have. He is a 2016 one of a kind. His original name is the Ambassador. I call him Ferrero. He's a, supposedly stone called him, I think, a bay. I call him a sooty buckskin, but he's really nicely shaded, has the lattice customized mane, and his tail's just the straight normal tail. But really nice details on him. He is lovely. One of my only stone Spanish type horses that I have in my collection, really, but he's great. And then we have this guy. This is one of my favorite stones. He just has a lot going on for him. I think he's a 2020 model. He was customized and painted, I believe, by Audrey Dixon, I think. He is a one of a kind. His original name was Shaman or something along those lines, and his name with me is the Taylor Swift song Love Story. He has a really nice, the long customized flowing tail there, and the mane that's all customized with the ripples in it. Really nice, just kind of silver chestnut color, high whites in the back with the stripes, and he has really, really nice dappling on his side there. And some etched type markings. He's lovely. So that is him. The only Breyer on this shelf besides the mini Winnies in the back there, this is just the Breyer Classic Freedom Series, the original release in this new mold for Breyer. It's the rearing Mustang there in the blue roan color. Very simple, no limited run or anything on him, but I call him Tartan, and I show him as a Mustang. He's pretty great, has done well for me. And then moving on to my last shelf on this side, there's not too many on the other side, so this is the more hefty shelves. This is my Peter Stone Ideal Stock Horse conga. It is my biggest conga, only because you can just get so many different colors and patterns between Appaloosa's paints and quarter horses in this mold. So starting from left to right here, this guy on the far left, he's a nice Appaloosa, has a customized roached mane there, and his tail is kind of the shortened ponytail. No idea who this model is. Supposedly he might be a 2012 one of a kind, but I don't know what his original name was or anything. But either way, he's quite nice. I call him Restless Abandon, I think his name is. Something like that. So he's really nice. I might have his name wrong, but I think it's something like Restless Abandon, or I don't remember. That's what's coming to my head right now anyway. And then the other one next to him, my only other Appaloosa, is kind of the varnish gray roan Appaloosa that Stone does. He does have the nice hoof stripes on all of his feet. Nice facial marking there. His eyes are really nice. He does have a little bit of a customized tail that comes around. And his mane is just the nice shortened mane. Really nice detailed eyes on him, and he does actually have a customized open mouth. His mouth is open slightly. I don't know if you can tell a little bit. He has a cute little chin spot too. It's pretty adorable. And I call him Risky Business. He is a 2012 one of a kind. His original name was Borrow, I think, from Stone. But he's really nice. And then next to him we have, most of the models on the shelf actually are one of a kinds or fairly limited runs, but this particular model is a run of 14. His original name was Dreammaker Shadow. Just a nice dark bay Overo. No body customizations to him, but he is one of, I believe, 4 or 5 of them that had mapping, and in the glossy version, and he does have mapping around all of his markings. So really nice model, and his name with me is Smoky Mountain Mystery. It's a name he came with from his previous owner, and I think I just decided to keep it, but he is originally, whatever I said, Dreamwalker Shadow, I think, and he's from 2014. And then next to him here, we have one of the models with, I think, some of the most realistic eyes in my collection. This is 2012 One of a Kind by Wendy Galbraith. She has customized mane and shortened tail that kind of wisp around a little bit. You can see in the back there. Really nice minimal Tobiano with very nice etching on her markings. She is a mare, and really, really detailed eyes. I love her eyes. I think she has some very realistic eyes. Just lovely model. Her original name is McBride, one of a kind from 2012, and I call her Twist of Fate. So she's wonderful. And then next to her, this is another one of a kind. He's from 2011. Also a paint, but pretty solid. He just has some high socks and a little bit of a stomach marking down there somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he has one on. A little bit of a stomach marking on that side there. And very simple body. I don't think he's customized too much. He does have the split forelock and shortened mane. I don't think his tail's customized a whole lot. Really liked the face on this guy. That's what prompted me to get him. Really nice pinking on his muzzle there. And again, he does have some nice eyes as well. He's from 2011. His original name was Clive, and I call him Oliver Twist. And I've had him for a while too, maybe around 2013 or so. And then moving on, we have this guy. This is also a one of a kind. I can't remember if his original name is Rio Rancho or Rio Rondo or something like that. I can't remember what year he's from. I want to say 2009, but I might be wrong. That's what I want to say. He is a red roan. He has a customized mane that's really long, and his forelock's quite long. He has a customized tail as well. It goes down to there, and it's kind of straight cut off. Kind of nice detailed hooves on him, a little bit of kissy spots on his muzzle there, and really nice blue eyes. When I take pictures of him, they don't always come out blue, they look kind of green. The other eye looks a little bit more green, but this eye is very particularly a nice blue eye from stone. And I have gone through different names with him. I think my most recent name for him is either Into the Unknown or Fire and Ice. I think it's Into the Unknown. I think that's the most recent name I chose for this guy, but really nice model anyway. And then next to him we have my one of a kind from 2012. I got him around the same time, I believe from the same person that I got this Appaloosa guy from. He's also a 2012 one of a kind, a nice just liver chestnut model. He does have custom mane and tail and forelock there. He's just a nice shaded liver chestnut, 3 socks. He does have a turned head. And he's just a nice guy. His original name was Welch, and I called him Through the Grapevine as his name. One of my only Matt Stones that I have too. I only have 2 Matt Ideal Stock horses. And then next to him we have, this guy is one of my other limited runs. He's not a one of a kind. He's from 2012. Limited run of I think 7 models. Really nice detailed, I would call buckskin model. Customized mane and tail and forelock. Just a nice solid buckskin. His eyes are really sweet too. No markings or anything on him, but crazy amount of dapples. As you can see, his dapples that just kind of go all the way around. Whether it's realistic or not, I really thought he was quite cool and added him to my collection maybe in 2019 or 2018. So he's really neat. And then this guy, one of my longer standing models in my collection, he was my first Ideal Stock horse. This is, I call him Dusk Till Dawn with a K on the end. And he's a 2012, I think I want to say too, designer horse. He was on the limited run when they did the braided forelock and the windswept mane and tail. He's just a nice dappled sooty buckskin with no other markings. He does have dapples. I don't know if you can see them, but he does have some, I believe. And just really nice guy. Again, I've had him since 2013 anyway. First stone Ideal Stock horse, so he's really quite special. And lovely boy in my collection. And then next to him is my only other Matt Ideal Stock horse. I do think she has some of the nicest shading out of any of my stock horses. Her name is, oh, what do I call her? It might come back to me, but she is named after, or she is a portrait model of a horse that I rode when I was younger, so, and did lessons around high school. She's a portrait model of a bay quarter horse that I rode, so Really, really nice shading eyes, and she just has the one little etched marking right there, because it's the only marking that horse had. She's from, I think, 2014. I had her made, I want to say. And honestly, I can't remember her name right now. It might come back to me. I can't for the life of me remember her name. I knew it happened to at least one of them in this video, so, but she is lovely. The horse's barn name was Dee, so that is her. All right, moving on. I do have just a collection of sale horses down here as well, all listed to model horse sales pages. So that's those guys. And then going over here, we don't have quite as many. I'm not going to go through my stablemates individually. I could make a separate video if you guys wanted, but I'm just going to do an overview of them when we get there. So the bigger models on these two shelves here, this is my draft and pony shelf. So on the far left, we have a 2011 Peterstone one-of-a-kind trotting drafter. He does have the nice feathers. His mane and tail are customized, and his mane is customized quite extensively. If you're new to my channel and you haven't happened to see these horses before, he's a really nice model. His mane has a lot of little details to it. His forelock is windswept there. He's just a really nice minimal black shaded Tobiano, and that is his tail. Really nice model. Has done well for me in shows. I call him Finnegan's Wake, but his original Peterstone name is just Frank, which I think is funny. Again, he's from 2011. I got him off eBay a couple of years ago anyway. I don't remember all the years that I got some of these models specifically, but he's done really well for me in shows. He's a really cool horse. And then next to him, we have my Peterstone standing drafter here. This is a one-of-a-kind by Cheryl Leisure in 2015. He's to the nice Silver Bay type, or flax and liver chestnut type color, whichever you want to say that he is. He does have some etched markings on his forehead here, and he does have some nice dapples as well. He just has the pony mane and tail, split pony mane and tail. His mane is split, nice bushy tail, and really nice detailed dappling on him as well. So he's a really cool horse, and he shows moderately well for me. Part of it is just color versus breed conformation. I tend to show him as a Norker because that's where the color really fits. However, his conformation is a little bit lanky for that breed, but what are you gonna do? So he shows moderately well. He's really a cool model. And then moving on here, these guys are placed on this because my cat jumps up on this shelf and has knocked these guys over probably 3 or 4 times, so which is disappointing, all the models that are in this little thing here. So I will try to reach around and show you some of these guys. One of the only other regular ones I have in my collection, this is the 2020, I think it was 2020 Christmas model from Breyer. Where he's been knocked over, he does have shiny marks now, so I don't know if I will try to fix those, or I'm gonna see what I can do in terms of trying to fix them, or I might just try to find another one of these guys. I do have a decent breed assignment, I think, for it. So that's him. I call him Amour something. I can't quite remember. It's, I think, French, I think. I don't remember how I had him in there either. It's hard because he doesn't, these, of course, they fall over and he doesn't want to stay in the stands really well either. So that's it for draft models for me. For traditionals, it's pretty small. Again, ponies is pretty small too. I really only have just these guys. This is my other Stone Pebbles in my collection. He's pretty great. He's a Peterstone Arabian, customized in 2013. His original name is Waterford Crystal. I don't know how many made. It didn't list it on Stone Horse Ref. He has the customized tail, split around, coming around on the bottom. He is a stallion, and he has a customized mane, and I think his head might be turned a little bit more than it normally is. Nice big blaze, and white markings on all 4 feet as well. So he's really cute, has a little bit of a purplish hue to him too, but not quite as bad as the little American Saddlebred, and I call him Princeton. And then this is a Peterstone one-of-a-kind pony from 2018. His original name was Freckles Boy. I call him raising a ruckus, and he's really cute. Just a really nice little flea bitten gray, gray pony there. Customized mane and tail. His tail's all swishy and coming around. His mane is all windswept and coming around on the other side. Little sweet face on him, and just a star and a snip for markings, and his 2 socks. So really cute model. I do have to try to touch him up a little bit where he's fallen. He has a couple scuffs around his nostril there, and his ear tip has a couple scuffs on it, but where he's gray, it's nothing that I don't think I can fix too easily here. So that's him. In the back, I'm not going to try to squeeze him out here, but this is my Carlisle. He's the most expensive model in my collection. He's the BriarFest 2012 Saturday raffle model, only 26 made. He is a dappled buckskin pinto with mapped markings on the Smarty Jones mold, but the polo pony customization. Really nice model, really cool model. I did actually win him when I went to BriarFest in 2012, so he's pretty special to me. And he's just remained in my collection ever since. I call him Kings of Twilight, and he's pretty cool. And to complete my quote-unquote pony collection, I have 2 pony foals here. This is the BriarFest 2020 special run. I don't remember what his name is, but I call him, I can remember his breed. I can't remember right now, it's on the tip of my tongue too, but In Cahoots, there we go. In Cahoots is his name. Little bay, pinto, and he's a little bit different than others that I've seen because his mane is kind of just brown on the top there. It's not the black, like it should be painted black, but it's just kind of brown. He's the original one that I got. I did sell his mother. I don't think I have her anymore, so just kept him. He's pretty cute. And then same situation with this guy. This was a 2018 web special from Briar. It was Fiona and Rory. This is Rory, I think. And little black guy on this mold. Iridescent color to him. He's a little bit slightly unrealistic, but at the time it was what we had. So I decided to take him, kept him. His name is Blazing Comet, and I sold the mom. So I just have him. And that's them. And then going down to this is my miscellaneous shelf before the stablemates. We have my mules, donkeys, exotics, 2 Peterstone foals that wouldn't really fit well with the ideal stock horses, and then we have a custom and some unicorns. So Glossy Briar Buckeye, one of the, again, appreciation models. I do believe I got him directly from Briar that year, whatever year it was, 2020 maybe. But anyway, so that is him. And I call him Partly Puzzled. And then we have 2 other donkeys here. Little Schleich donkey, I call her Moxie. No big special thing to her, just bought her at like an Aubuchon hardware store, and she has shown pretty well for me. And then we have my Briar companion donkey, the Silicon donkey, and I call him Sprite, and he's shown fairly well for me. He has decent shading compared to some others, so cute guy there. We have 2 Peterstone weanling foals here, stock foals. This is Mina. She's a limited run of 30 from 2012. I did buy her at Equilocity in 2012. Hoof stripes, little red roan Appaloosa, different mane and tail, and forelock. She's very sweet. I have shown her with quite a bit of success, and we call her, actually, I think I just maybe keep her, no, it's Heart and Soul. Heart and Soul is her show name. So that is her. And then this little one is a Peterstone limited run from one of the Model Horse Show years. Tiger 4, I think, was the original horse's name. She has some etched markings there, just a black and white pinto with hoof stripes. And I call her Twist and Shout. And she's really sweet. Limited run of 15 made. And I think 10 were matte and 5 were glossy maybe, or something like that. Then we have my 2 unicorns here. This is the 2018 Christmas surprise. You could get gold, green, or blue. For colors, there was about 350 made of each, I believe, color. I got the gold, so I didn't really have any unicorns in my collection, so I decided to keep him. His name is Swinging on a Star, I don't think they had an original name besides just being Santa's surprise model that year. So that is him. He shows pretty well for me in the unicorn classes generally, and he's just pretty. And then below him we have my only unrealistic Peter Stone. This is a little Design-A corn, or Design-A chips, a stock foal from 2014. And she's just in a glossy Perlino color with the wings and the little horn. And I call her Faith, and she's really cute. And then we have my one custom that I've held on to. I don't really show customs. I pretty much just do OF, primarily stone. But this was the first custom I ever received, and he's a 2010 model by Deborah Brown of the UK. He's a customized American saddlebred. He's a really nice, kind of glowy, dappled bay. He has really nice details to him. His mane and his tail and his head are customized. Of course, her nice detailed painting style. His eyes are quite detailed, and I call him Heartless Deceptions, aka Desi. He's been around for a while, since 2012-ish, 2013-ish in my collection, so he is one of the older guys. And although I don't really show him, he just kind of hangs around and just chills with me in my collection still, so he's really nice. And then going on really quickly, I'm not going to go through all of them, I'll just do a quick overview here. Have them split by breed as well. We start with my light and sport breed models. We have a mixture of stone and briar, primarily briar. I have a mixture of regular runs and special run stablemates here. Some from Stablemate Club, some from Briar Fest, etc., etc. And they all do fairly well. I really like one of my favorite foals back there is that draft foal, because it's just so freaking cute. But then we have my foals, we have some drafts, ponies, my 2 Peter Stone chips right there. Going on, this was then one of the newer guys, the end of the year Briar stablemate that I just did a video on. And that's pretty much it for them. We have, again, a mixture of Walmart's, like, single day, Walmart surprise models, 2008-ish regular run models, Briar Fest limited runs, just kind of a mixture of these guys. So if you want to, I can do an individual video on them, but that's where my stablemate collection is at the moment. All spread out right there. And then going down here, I will just show you, I have a couple sale models here. I do have a new in box Gigi Valentine and Heartbreaker set for sale, and then this is just in a box of stablemates that are for sale as well on the bottom of my shelves. So that's pretty much the overview, guys. I know this video took a while. It does take me some time. I remembered pretty much everybody, which I'm quite happy about. I didn't know how that would go because it's been a while since I've been up here, to be honest with you, but I'm happy to share my collection with you. I do hope to add a new model or two. I do think I'm going to get the regular run Fjord from Briar this year, and maybe that regular run Arabian. We'll see. And I did join the Deluxe Collectors Club for this year, so I should be getting that Glossy Bay Fireheart model as well, which looked really cool. So other than that, we'll see where my collection goes this year, but thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other comments or questions, put them down below. As always, video suggestions are great, and I hope you guys have had a great start to your year, and I hope it's a good one for everybody with collecting and everything else you might have going on. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.